And I know now how to do that. Okay, I've always wondered. But Heather, that's something that pretty easy to make. I'm sure you've made scrambled eggs before.
Many scrambled eggs in my time for my children, Mavis, yes.
Thank you very much. Well, we've got on the show with us, we've got Heather Tait. And, you know, I'd like to see the end of breast cancer and on all other cancers as well. You know, who wouldn't? Heather Tait, like I mentioned before, has been quite instrumental. She's been making 2 trips, actually she's made 2 trips annually for the past 6 years. She brings with her breast prosthetics and bras for our breast cancer patients. Welcome to the show, Heather.
Thank you, Mavis. Thank you.
Okay, well, Heather, tell us a little bit about the work that you do. You've been going to and fro for the past 6 years. What have you seen in terms of awareness and the effectiveness of the awareness, creating awareness on breast cancer?
Well, I think it's terribly important that the women in Fiji realise that if they notice any difference in their breast, if they feel a lump, any change in the look of the breast or any discharge from the nipple, that they should go to their nearest health centre in Fiji and consult with the nurses there, and if they feel that there is a problem, they'll give them a referral to the Colonial War Memorial Hospital Oncology Unit, and then they can be dealt with. They must not avoid this issue. It's so important. Early detection is the most important thing with this disease.
Yeah.
And there was a, you know, there shouldn't, it's nothing shameful about it. There is no shame involved. It's just as if you're having your tonsils out or you've got a sore leg. It's just a part of the woman's body that has a problem, and it should be addressed. And the quickest, earliest detection is the most important thing with breast cancer.
Now, Heather, I see that you've got it in front of you. What is it? A
prosthetic breast made of silicone.
Yes, okay.
Made of silicone. And these are what the ladies in Australia have donated. This is what we are given in Australia by our government. We pay for it, but we're reimbursed by the government, and they fit into a bra. Would you like me to demonstrate?
Yes, please.
It's made of silicone, and it goes, fits into the bra.
Like so. Now, this is pretty important to know, and you know, the work that Heather does along with other women, and of course groups that come in as well. And this is how it's done.
And that's the end result.
Yeah.
Just like a normal, I don't know if the viewers can see this.
Yeah.
And all these breasts and bras are donated by the women in Australia and lingerie companies and the Breast Cancer Network of Australia. And much like you have your Fiji Cancer Society, a very important institution here. And the ladies can also approach the Fiji Cancer Society should they have any concerns about their well-being in any form of cancer. They should come along and consult with the Fiji Cancer Society.
Heather, how did you start out with this, you know? Well, having a passion and interest to come back for the last 6 years you've been travelling.
Well, the first time I came to Fiji for a holiday was 13 years ago. I love Fiji, I love the people. And a very dear friend of mine, he worked at the Naviti Resort, Amaniasi Korai Wallai was his name. His sister had had her breasts removed, and he asked if he could come to Australia to my home for a holiday, and he then said, my sister has had a breast removed, do you know where I could buy one? And I didn't know, but you know, you ask questions, you find out, and a lady that I know had breast cancer, she said, leave it to me. She bought the prosthesis for this dear lady. We had to judge her size, brought it back to Fiji, to the Vatua village where they live. There was great celebration that she was made whole again, because it's very important for a lady's balance and her dignity to have that when under her clothes, that she just looks as she always did. And then I told the story to people in Australia, and it just took off. People were ringing and say, how can we help the ladies in Fiji? And they were donating breasts and bras from all around Australia. And then another lady came on board with me, Lily DeSantis, and she's with me on this trip. And we come over and we fit the ladies with the, you can see that is a beautiful bra.
And they don't come cheap either.
No, they're very
Heather?
expensive. But the ladies buy them and donate them. And the Breast Cancer Network of Australia, I cannot stress to you how supportive they have been. Sent boxes of bras. Our main problem has been in the past getting them here freighted. I do not like anything not to come on the plane with me. And in the past, Fiji Airways had supported us, but this trip they weren't able to do so. And your Assistant Health Minister, Veena Bhattacharya, she said to me, Heather, don't worry, I'll gain some help for you with the freight. And she approached the ANZ Bank, who very generously paid the excess luggage for us. I must stress that we pay our own airfares and everything involved, but this time it was a problem with freight. Every one of those breasts weighs between 1 and 2 kilos.
Wow.
So you can imagine, we have to bring hundreds, so we rely on support from the women of Australia who want to support their sisters in Fiji.
So I understand that you're off to Lambasa tomorrow?
We're going to Lambasa. Lily and I are going to Lambasa, and hopefully we have about 25 ladies booked to see us tomorrow. And it'll be an absolute pleasure to see them restored, to have their dignity and balance restored. And I must also say, as you know, we come every 6 months. If any ladies, if they contact the Fiji Cancer Society, Belinda Chan, she will tell them when we're coming and make sure that they're able to get to us so that they can be fitted with these prosthetic breasts and bras. And it's our absolute pleasure to be able to help any lady that requires. And they must realise it does not cost them a cent. Don't be embarrassed to come along. You're fitted in privacy. And also I have visited a lot of Muslim ladies in their homes who for cultural reasons may not be comfortable to come out. They can contact Belinda and we'll make an effort to get to their homes and fit them in the privacy of their homes.
Wow, well, thank you, Heather. Now, is there anything else that you'd like to share with us this morning?
I'd just really like to thank the Assistant Minister for Health, Veena, for her assistance, the ANZ Bank and the Fiji Cancer Society, but the most important message also to the Fiji Cancer Society are having their big morning tea in July.
Yes.
So, if any corporations can support this wonderful organisation, it's not just breast cancer, they support all people with cancer. And it's our duty as citizens who are well to help the people that aren't. And the same as in Australia, it's our duty as a wealthy country to help the ladies who wouldn't be able to afford to buy these wonderful products to make their lives whole again. And also, if I could just say to the men, support your wife. It's just a part of her body that she required an operation on. She's still the same woman. She may lose her hair. It does come back, and your family can be happy and healthy again if you get early detection.
Thank you very much, Heather. It's an important message there from Heather Tait, and we thank you very much for taking the time to come in and talk to us about prosthetic breasts. And this is the first I've actually seen one.
Yes.
Just to note that these, like I mentioned here, these bras don't come easy because the one that I see right now is, it's what, $69. But of course, the ladies in Australia and the women get together, they help buy them, and of course, Heather brings them to Fiji. So she doesn't visit us until what, in 6 months' time?
The next visit will be in January at Lautoka Hospital. If the ladies care to contact Belinda Chan at the Fiji Cancer Society, she'll tell them the exact date and time, and if any assistance we can give the ladies. And then it will be June again next year. Lily DeSantis will come with an assistant next year. If I can make it, then I will. But I have to save my pennies for my airfares. But the ladies should not feel embarrassed to come along. Anybody is welcome. It's our absolute pleasure to supply you with these goods. And please, please get your breasts checked. That's the important message. Early detection is the key to to saving yourself from this dreadful disease.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Heather.
you,
Thank you very much
Mavis.
for joining
Thank
us
you for
on
the
Breakfast Show.
opportunity.
Yes, and of course, we look forward to your visit next. And ladies, you heard Heather, our women from Lambasa, Bulare Bulasia. Heather will be heading out to Lambasa, and of course, we expect another visit in Jan. And then, of course, in June. Yeah? So make note of those dates and get in touch with the Cancer Society, Belinda Chan, just to find out more information.
Thank you so much, Mavis, for the opportunity, and I wish good health to all the women in Fiji.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Heather.